Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. After a big trade, which was the biggest surprise in the NBA, the Lakers gained a great forward, but they will need to reinforce their defense and rim protection, which is why signing a big player will be necessary, and new trades could appear at any time. Replacing Anthony Davis will be very difficult, but there are big players who can do the job he needs. Davis did, even if not with the same efficiency, but having a powerful attack with Lakers and Doncic, it will be a very strong team and feared by its rivals. Lakers are interested in a great Portland Trail Blazers forward. The Lakers need defense. The Blazers have their answer. The surprising blockbuster Luka Doncic-Anthony Davis trade sent shockwaves throughout the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks questionably look to bolster their roster by adding one of the best defenders in the NBA at the cost of someone who just led them to the NBA Finals. Somehow, the Los Angeles Lakers managed to follow up their Kobe Bryant and LeBron James eras with another generational superstar in Doncic. The Lakers are the clear winners of this deal. This move will benefit them long-term as Doncic is only 25 years old and can bridge the gap to keep the Lakers competitive even after James' looming retirement. It should also help their title odds in the short term, as James and Doncic are two of the best talents in the league. They'll be incredibly difficult to prepare for as both are crafty playmakers who utilize their size to take advantage of mismatches. Admittedly, the fit isn't ideal, as both players are at their best with the ball in their hands. But both are capable floor spacers and have high basketball IQs, they'll be able to figure it out on the offensive end. Robert Williams III is a clear fit for Lakers now that Anthony Davis is gone. The more significant concern lies on the defensive end, which is why the Mavericks GM Nico Harrison made the trade in the first place. Prior to the trade, the two targets that were linked to the Lakers were Washington's Jonas Valanciunas and Portland's Robert Williams III, according to Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher. Williams already seemed like a great fit for the Lakers prior to the Davis trade, but it seems even more obvious now that Los Angeles no longer has their Defensive Player of the Year candidate. It remains to be seen what starting lineup J.J. Redick decides to go with now that he has yet another versatile superstar at his disposal. One possible lineup is Doncic, Austin Reeves, James, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Jackson Hayes. Although he's an athletic and serviceable center in stretches, Hayes is the one glaring weakness in that starting five. Los Angeles's previous team identity was length, but now their frontcourt is undersized. That could be their Achilles heel come playoff time, as other Western Conference contenders have plenty of size. The Memphis Grizzlies have a plethora of bigs at their disposal. The Oklahoma City Thunder, when healthy, can pair Chet Holmgren with Isaiah Hartenstein. The Denver Nuggets have Nikola Jokic. It's clear that the Lakers need to address this hole in their roster with another follow-up move at the deadline. LeBron James has dreamed for years of playing alongside Luka Doncic. The Lakers pulled off a blockbuster trade that will undoubtedly go down in NBA lore, acquiring Luka Doncic from the Mavericks for Anthony Davis. There were other players and picks involved, as were the Utah Jazz. But Doncic and Davis are who are making this so incredibly noteworthy and sending shockwaves throughout the league. Doncic now pairs with LeBron James in Los Angeles, and per Brian Windhorst of ESPN, it's something about which James has daydreamed. LeBron has dreamed of playing with Luka Doncic for years, Windhorst said. This is something he never thought but badly wanted. When Luka was deciding where he was going to go within Nike, LeBron pressed him very hard to come to his shoe brand. He was trying to recruit him then, he saw a vision of them playing together. Meanwhile, James took to social media to vehemently deny a CBS Sports report that he had issues playing alongside Davis. ESPN's Shams Charania reported that James was unaware of trade talks between the Lakers and Mavs until the last moments. I haven't spoken to him or heard from him, but I have to assume that he will have a lot of excitement because he has dreamed of this, and I'm sure he never thought it was going to happen in his career, Windhorst said of the trade that brings Doncic to LA. The Lakers are also receiving Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris. Along with Davis, they are sending Max Christie and a 2029 first-round pick to the Mavs. The Utah Jazz are also involved in the deal and are receiving big man Jalen Hood-Schifino and 2 second-round picks. What Luka Doncic trade means for LeBron James. The NBA landscape has shifted, both in the immediate and for the future. Luka Doncic, a top 5 player on the planet, is now a Los Angeles Laker. Anthony Davis, a star in his own right, is now a Dallas Maverick. A deal was struck late Saturday night, catching the entire league off guard. According to reports, LeBron James wasn't aware this trade was happening. Heck, at least 27 other teams weren't aware that Doncic was being shopped. What's clear is that the Lakers have turned their attention away from immediate contention and toward a sustained period of success, which could span up to a decade. While that shift is great news for the Lakers as a franchise, it raises some important questions about James' future with the team. James, 40, has a player option for next season. He could become an unrestricted free agent this summer. Or, he could choose to retire, although that seems unlikely. The question now, with the dynamics so drastically changed and Doncic arriving as the indisputable alpha male in Lakerland, is this: might this be James' last season with the Lakers? The Athletic's Sam Amick wrote on Sunday. Both James and Doncic are ball-dominant stars. Doncic requires a significant amount of touches to be at his best, often to the detriment of his teammates. James has evolved his game to be a perimeter scoring weapon, but as this season has shown, he's still at his best when creating for those around him. James is 4th in the NBA in total assists this season, with 399. How head coach J.J. Redick gets the best out of these two heliocentric stars is anybody's guess. Then, there's the question of how important James is to the Lakers moving forward. After all, he wasn't consulted on a franchise-altering trade. A newer, younger superstar is coming to town. Furthermore, James' ability to dictate his desires has significantly waned as his retirement draws closer. This summer might be the perfect time for James to leave the Lakers. He's won a championship with the franchise. He's achieved his goal of sharing the court with his son, Bronny. Now, moving teams for one final push toward another championship might be what's best for everyone involved. James isn't going to be the featured star in Los Angeles anymore. The front office will be making moves to maximize Doncic's tenure with the team, not James. There will be no shortage of takers if James hits the free agent market. Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss have sent a message. They're moving on from the current contention timeline. So, now James needs to do the same. What that will look like remains a mystery. Lakers Mavs, Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade a smart move. While some people were sleeping, the Los Angeles Lakers and Dallas Mavericks were hard at work. Using the Utah Jazz as an intermediary, they were able to pull off one of the biggest trades in NBA history. Luka Doncic, a perennial NBA MVP candidate, now plays for the Purple and Gold. Anthony Davis, a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate, will saddle up in Texas. Nobody saw it coming. Not Doncic. Not Davis. Even LeBron James, often considered to be a de facto general manager, wasn't made aware of this possibility beforehand. Consequently, there hasn't been much time to process the move. Lakers Mavs, Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade a smart move. Many believe that the Mavs have erred. There was no bidding war for Doncic, which might have allowed them to extract more value. Furthermore, Doncic is among the most decorated and celebrated players in the NBA, despite being just 25 years old. Since winning Rookie of the Year in 2019, he's become a 5-time All-Star and 5-time All-NBA selection. He consistently led his team to the playoffs, even making it to the 2025 NBA Finals. His career points, 12,089, and assists, 3,489, rank 6th and 5th all-time in Mavs history, respectively. It's not like Davis's accomplishments don't measure up though. He's a 10-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA selection, and 5-time All-Defensive selection who made the cut for the NBA's 75th anniversary team. He was instrumental in the Lakers winning a championship in 2020, his first season with the franchise. Prior to landing with Los Angeles, he was the face of the New Orleans Pelicans franchise, becoming one of their best players ever. Much of the criticism that Dallas faces is due to the fact that Doncic is more popular than Davis. Of course, Doncic is a prodigious talent whose guard skills have him looking like a future Hall of Famer. Yet, Davis, the rare center that's capable of dominating at both ends, will definitely be enshrined in the Hall of Fame when he retires. Evaluating the Dallas Mavericks decision. In terms of just basketball, there's actually a lot to like about the trade. From the Mavs side, the conversation should start with a simple truth. Pairing a star point guard with a star big man makes more sense than pairing two star point guards together. That's not to say it'll never work, just that it's a cleaner fit. There's less of a chance for players to step on each other's toes if they're not at the same position. So, with Kyrie Irving establishing himself as a franchise cornerstone, Dallas went back to Basketball 101. Basketball 101. At this point, it's unclear whether Davis will start at center or power forward. He's played center for most of his Lakers tenure. Yet, he recently went on record saying that he feels more comfortable at power forward. In addition, the Mavs have thrived with Daniel Gafford manning the middle. In either scenario, he'll be weaponized offensively. After all, he's averaged at least 20 points per game every season since 2013-14. He can get it done in the pick and roll or the pick and pop. He can score out of the post. Davis can even pull up for a jumper. The thing is, he doesn't need the dribbles that Doncic did in order to produce. That allows the ball to stay in Irving's hands longer, shifting him from a hybrid guard role to that of a traditional point guard. With that being said, Irving's growth hasn't just been off the floor. Since arriving in Dallas, he's had more of a team-oriented approach. He'll always dazzle with dizzying dribbling displays, aerial acrobatics, and circus shots. However, he's bought into being more of a playmaker at both ends.